We're heading deep into the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, into a place that has fascinated the world for more than a century. This is the resting ground of one of the most famous shipwrecks in history, the legendary RMS Titanic. For decades, it has been the focus of countless documentaries and blockbuster films, including the iconic movie Titanic. Yet, despite all the attention, there has always been one version of the ship that humanity had never truly seen until now. For the first time ever, experts have used cutting-edge technology to map the entire wreck lying on the ocean floor and create a full digital twin of the ship. This groundbreaking project has revealed the Titanic in its entirety, offering a perspective that has never been possible before. Science editor Rebecca Morrell was given exclusive access to this extraordinary achievement, and what she uncovered is nothing short of breathtaking. Nearly 4,000 meters beneath the surface of the North Atlantic Ocean, the remains of the Titanic lie in darkness and silence. Down here, sunlight never reaches, and the wreck is surrounded by a cold, murky environment. For years, cameras exploring the site could only capture fragments, small, haunting glimpses of the decaying ship. These images were powerful, but they never told the full story. The ship was simply too large, too complex, and too scattered to be seen as a whole. Now, that has changed forever. A new project has successfully captured a complete 3D scan of the wreck, revealing it in a way that feels almost unreal. To truly understand its scale, experts compared it to the stadium used in the 2012 London Olympics. When the full-size digital scan of the ship is placed inside that stadium, it becomes clear just how enormous the Titanic really was. It wasn't just big, it was colossal. This digital twin is an exact replica of what lies at the bottom of the ocean today. Every detail, from the largest structures to the smallest components, has been captured with astonishing precision. For the first time, scientists and historians can explore the wreck from every possible angle. They can look down at the boat deck, peer into openings that reveal the ship's interior, and examine areas that were once impossible to access. One of the most striking views is the gaping hole where the grand staircase once stood, the very heart of the ship's elegance and luxury. Now it stands as a haunting reminder of what was lost. Nearby, the remains of the captain's bridge and the wheelhouse can be seen, covered in delicate rust formations that resemble underwater stalactites. Even small details, like a serial number on one of the propellers, are visible with incredible clarity. What makes this achievement truly revolutionary is that it is not just a model, it is a true digital twin. The resolution is so high that experts describe it as phenomenal. According to those involved, nothing like this has ever been seen before. This level of detail allows scientists and historians to study the ship in ways that were previously unimaginable, opening the door to new discoveries about how the disaster unfolded. The scan itself was carried out during an expedition last summer. Specialized submersibles were deployed and remotely controlled from a ship above. These robotic explorers traveled back and forth across the wreck site, carefully capturing images from every angle. In total, more than 700,000 images were taken. These images were then combined using advanced technology to create a complete 3D reconstruction of the ship. The wreck is divided into two main sections. The bow, which is the front of the ship, remains surprisingly intact and is instantly recognizable even after more than a century underwater. It stands as a powerful symbol of the Titanic's strength and grandeur. However, the stern tells a very different story. Located about 800 meters away, it is a chaotic mass of twisted metal. When the ship sank, this section collapsed violently as it spiraled down to the ocean floor. Surrounding the wreck is a vast debris field stretching across the seabed. This area is filled with objects that once belonged to passengers and crew. Among them are ornate metal pieces, unopened champagne bottles, and deeply personal items. Perhaps the most haunting of all are the shoes. Dozens of pairs resting quietly in the sediment, marking the places where lives were lost. Despite decades of exploration, many fundamental questions about the Titanic disaster remain unanswered. What exactly happened when the ship struck the iceberg? Did it scrape along the side, as often depicted in films, or did it collide in a different way entirely? These questions have long been debated, but there has never been enough evidence to reach a definitive conclusion. Now, this new scan could finally provide the answers. Experts believe it represents a major step toward moving the story of the Titanic away from speculation and toward evidence-based research. By studying the digital twin, scientists can analyze the ship's structure in detail and reconstruct the events of that tragic night in April 1912, when more than 1,000 people lost their lives. However, time is not on our side. The wreck is slowly deteriorating. Microorganisms are feeding on the metal, causing it to weaken and collapse over time. Parts of the ship are already disintegrating, and eventually much of it may disappear entirely. This makes the digital scan even more valuable, as it preserves the wreck exactly as it exists today, a frozen moment in history. The project was led in part by Anthony Jeffen, the chief executive and creative director of Atlantic Productions. Speaking about the experience, he described it as something truly extraordinary. After years of work, seeing the full digital reconstruction for the first time was almost unbelievable. For Jeffen, this journey began years earlier when he first visited the Titanic wreck site. He was struck by the emotional power of the ship and became determined to find a way to study it more deeply. By collaborating with deep-sea specialists, including the team at Magellan, they were able to launch an ambitious expedition that pushed the boundaries of technology and exploration. One of the most important aspects of this project is its focus on human stories. While the Titanic is often remembered as a technological marvel, it is ultimately a story about people. The scan is already helping experts uncover new details about the passengers and crew, bringing their experiences back to life in a powerful way. For example, scientists have identified evidence suggesting that one of the boiler rooms was still operational as the ship sank. This means that engineers and crew members remained at their posts, keeping the lights on and helping others escape. It's a deeply moving reminder of the bravery shown on that night. Another long-standing mystery involves Officer Murdoch, who has often been criticized for not launching the final lifeboat. However, new evidence from the scan suggests that equipment may have blocked the launch, indicating that he was, in fact, trying to save lives until the very end. The debris field also holds countless stories waiting to be discovered. Using advanced tools like artificial intelligence, researchers are beginning to match objects found on the seabed with the passengers who once owned them. Each item, whether it's a watch, a piece of jewelry, or a personal belonging, adds another layer to the story of the Titanic. Of course, not everyone supports continued exploration of the wreck. Some believe it should be left undisturbed as a memorial to those who lost their lives. However, the team behind this project emphasizes that their work is completely non-intrusive. The technology used does not touch the wreck in any way, ensuring that it remains undisturbed while still allowing valuable research to take place. Importantly, many descendants of survivors have been involved in the project and support the effort to uncover the truth. For them, understanding what happened is a way to honor the memory of their loved ones. As research continues, new discoveries are expected to emerge week by week. The digital twin of the Titanic is not just a snapshot of the past, it is a tool for the future. It allows scientists, historians, and even the public to explore the wreck in ways that were once unimaginable. In the years to come, it may even be possible for people to virtually walk through the wreckage, experiencing history in a completely new way. The story of the Titanic has always captured the imagination of the world. But now, thanks to this groundbreaking scan, we are closer than ever to understanding the truth behind one of history's greatest tragedies. And as the secrets of the deep continue to be uncovered, the legacy of the Titanic lives on, not just as a story, but as a powerful reminder of human courage, loss, and the enduring quest for knowledge.